If you've been posting a whole bunch thinking consistency alone will blow up your following and make you a full time influencer, well, you're wrong. I've posted over 1,000 pieces of content. I'm talking reels, YouTube videos, podcasts, newsletters, tweets, you name it, I've done it. And something still felt off. I was consistent, I was grinding, but I wasn't growing in the way that I hoped to or expected to. So I did what most people avoid. I paused, I zoomed out, and I realized that the problem wasn't effort, it was direction. In this video, I'll be breaking down why I'm pivoting my content strategy, what I've learned after posting 1,000+ pieces of content, and how this new focus might be the piece your strategy is missing. So if you're like me and have been putting in the numbers but still feel stuck, this might be the slap in the face that you didn't even know you needed. Also, there's one painful realization I had that completely changed the way I think about content. I'll be sure to tell you what that is before the end. Now, before I get into the how, let's rewind for a sec. About 2 years ago, I started posting in the self-improvement space. I have been obsessed with this niche since I was 16. I'm talking YouTube deep dives, self-help books, cold showers, a bunch of podcasts, working out, the whole lock-in game. So by the time I was 20, I like to think that I knew a lot about self-improvement. So I launched a brand called Echo Improvement. The idea was simple. It was distill what I've learned and keep learning on my self-improvement journey into punchy, time-saving insights that help other people on their self-improvement journey, and then they help others. And you get this ripple effect, this echo effect, hence the name. Now prepare yourself because I'm about to give you a very fast history of my echo improvement posting journey. I started out in short form, not talking, then I started talking to the camera, and then eventually I introduced long form content with the short form content. Then I focused on the long form content, then I stopped that and went back to the short form content. Then I decided to start doing a newsletter with the short form content and added back the long form content. Then I stopped all of that and decided to just stick with the short form. And eventually I said, you know what, I'm going to start a podcast. Started a podcast, made the long form, made the clips, made the whole thing. And then eventually I stopped that because I was like, oh, I'm just losing money here and it's not really for me. And then I went back to just short form, and then I changed the newsletter to a new newsletter, and then I just stuck with the short form, and that's where it ended. So there's the history. When I started out posting, those first few months, engagement was good. The account was growing, but very quickly, after a few months, it flatlined, and then it steadily decreased. Why is that? Well, I'd say there are 3 big reasons. First up, as I'm sure you could tell by now, way too many pivots. I switched formats and platforms so much that I not only confused my audience and probably the algorithm, but quite honestly, I confused myself. Instead of mastering 1 or 2 systems, I diluted everything. The second is I was too broad. I was just posting a bunch of random self-improvement videos. I listened and internalized the "you are the niche" narrative that kept getting repeated and keeps getting repeated. But guess what? No one follows you just because you exist. Especially when you're starting out, no one knows you yet. People follow people they know really well, and more so people that solve specific problems. And third, I just didn't have a monetization plan. I avoided making real offers, and there is a variety of reasons why, but one of the big ones is I didn't want to seem selfish. My goal of making content was to just help others. But then it just becomes a hobby, cannot become my job, which is kind of my dream. And in that sense, I think it's okay to be selfish. Because here's the harsh truth. If you're scared to make money, your content is just a hobby, which you might want. Maybe that's your goal. But it wasn't my goal. I wanted it to be what I do for work and lead to financial freedom. So you might think, okay, well, you're pivoting again. How is this actually going to fix your root problems? Well, I like to think this time is different because now I have a clear direction, a heavily researched target audience, and a pain point that is tangible that I know how to solve. Think of this new direction as understanding your audience, their problem, and your offer. So if you read my bios or the heading in my YouTube banner, you'll see that now it is I help small business owners get more clients using ChatGPT. But why ChatGPT? Well, quite frankly, I just think it's gonna come out on top. I think it's gonna be like Apple is with smartphones, but you'll still have the Samsungs and all the Androids. But I think it's the most used and has the highest possibility to be the most dominant in the long run. And also, I just know it the best. So I'm creating, building, and solving for small business owners, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, that target audience. There's also the side one of mid-career professionals who are feeling left behind with AI. So I'm going to help this audience master ChatGPT to lead to a variety of benefits that will in turn lead to sales and more clients. Some of these things being 10xing your productivity, improving your creativity, helping you write better content, letting it take care of the boring stuff you don't want to do, helping you do the stuff you're good at better, saving you time, and much more. And that's just scratching the surface, but just staying ahead in this AI focused, tech driven world. Okay, so now you get a glimpse of where I'm going, but what about this system that I promised you? Well, allow me to explain how this funnel works. Let's use a metaphor of a fire. I want you to think of the content you make as the fuel to the fire. You've got your YouTube videos, your Instagram reels, carousels, story posts, all these things are like kindling or log or even fuel for the fire. Some will add to the flame a bit, some will help it last and grow more, and some will just light it up big. But none of that fuel matters unless you have a good fire pit in a good location. So here's the fire pit. You start by posting content that gives people a shit ton of free value that you feel a bit guilty even giving away sometimes. Then you subtly tap their shoulder and say, hey, here's this free lead magnet or squeeze page that I have. So I'm sure you've seen this before. It could be something like get your free prompt back, comment prompts in the comments, and then they send you it, you click the link, takes you to a site, and all you have to give them is your email and it's free. Or maybe something like 30 days, 30 tips that will revolutionize how you use ChatGPT. And all I have to give you is my email? Sign me up. The only goal at this part of the funnel is to get the email. Why email? Well, people check it daily, almost everyone, usually multiple times a day. And if social media just vanishes overnight, you have an email list. Now, with this list, you can start nurturing your audience. You can provide them a bunch of value still through these emails. So using that 30-day, 30 tips to help with ChatGPT thing, you provide that. And then subtly at the beginning, you show this paid offer. And then as you get closer to the 30 days, you start showing it in their face a little more. Like, check this out, check it out. Like, seriously, look at it. And then a certain people will bite and be like, okay, what is it? And then they'll click the link and land on a beautiful landing page with amazing copy that simply says what it is, what they're going to get out of it, and why they need it. Hopefully there's a little VSL in there that explains it even better and knocks out any doubts they may have. Maybe some things like lifetime access, a money back guarantee, a living course that evolves, a community that continues to grow. So I haven't built my offer yet. I just want to get out this pivot video, but mine will be something along the lines of a one-time payment for lifetime access to a video course plus a community where I can answer any questions and help people straight up, and they can help each other. And there's the social aspect there. And in my head, I imagine these videos just being simple and right to the point, no BS, and just helping people really understand how to use ChatGPT to its full capabilities. Anyway, that's the funnel and that's your fire. Then you just throw content on it and let the fire do its thing. And to recap quick for you, it's the social media content into a free offer and squeeze page or what have you to get their email, into nurturing through emails, into your paid offer with a great landing page that leads to a certain percentage of people buying. And then they use it and they're like, oh my gosh, he was giving away that stuff for free and this stuff is paid and it's even way better. Then people get results, and then you get testimonials, and then that can help boost your credibility. And now all your content has become a magnet and not a megaphone. So there's a system I'll be doing, and huge shout out to the people that taught me this, James Smith Business and Ed Lawrence, previously Film Booth. It is their combined blueprint that I'm following and the strategy that's helped me. So check them out if you want the nitty gritty there. So now let's just get clear here on what you can expect from my content moving forward. It's for people who want to use AI, not just hear about it, and not just use it, but deeply understand it and know how to use it much better the majority of people. I'll teach you how to write better with it, learn quicker, save time on a bunch of things, and overall using ChatGPT to get more sales, get more clients, make more money. So yeah, most of my content is going to be free value so good that it kind of stings to give away. But that's the point. And by the way, I hope not to make it like the usual AI content you see, where it's very robotic and it's full of Silicon Valley code bros and all the other stereotypes, but have it be educational with some banter and some entertainment. So if you were here for Echo Improvement, by any chance my audience is kind of dead, then I'm kind of keeping it alive with the Substack I write because I just enjoy writing it, and it'll be about a lot of the same kind of topics. So link in description for that. But the main mission is totally shifting because it has to. People don't need more vague, whimsical, conceptual motivation. They need tools, systems, and clarity. So this has been a lot about me, but what does this all mean for you? Well, if you've been creating content that doesn't convert, if you've been spinning in circles without a plan, if you want to help people and make money doing it, then this new focus I'm doing and these ideas might be worth heavily considering. All right, and that painful realization I mentioned earlier, it's this: no plan equals no growth. If right now you don't have a clear direction for your content, specifically what it's for, who it helps, what it leads to, then I hate to break it to you, but you're just posting into the void. And don't get me wrong, consistency is great, but without clarity, you're just consistently stuck. I have a new niche and now I have a new mission. It's time to execute on it. Thanks for watching.